So, what's up, guys? We're back with another market review, and today we're looking at the S&P 500 chart, of course, maybe Nasdaq, the dollar, some stocks, maybe, gold, oil, and Bitcoin. So, let's go ahead and jump in. We have here in the first chart S&P 500. We had this correction that was expected because S&P was very overextended during this basically rally, small rally that it had. And we said that in prior episodes that we expect a correction to happen. What I said was that I expect this correction to last until the end of August, and that's what basically happened. Now, the last like 1, 2, 3 basically trading days of August, we see this breath on the upside, and that's a nice thing that we have. Maybe waits that end of the correction, and that's usually a normal time period and date range for this correction to happen, like 20 days here. We have other corrections that are usually around 15 to 20 days, 15 days here, and this one was like 20 days, and I think it was like 7% or something. Let's see that. This is not what I'm looking for. Let's see that. Let's see the price range. All the way from 4,600 to, yeah, that was like 6%. Exactly 6%. Usually most corrections are between 5 to 15%. This was a small one of 6%, so that's okay. S&P can still move from here, but we had a sharp breath on the upside as well today, a big move. So you cannot really expect what will happen from now on, but we're back in the green and things look better. What I usually do, this big strategy is, and one that I talked about to my Greek audience, because I have a Greek channel as well, is that you get in those big rallies for the S&P 500 that start but never stop. Usually, if you just stay in the stock market for the long term, most people make money. If you invest for a day, there is a 50% chance you'll make money. If you invest for like some weeks or a year, if I remember correctly, you have a 68% chance of making money. If you invest for like 5 years or 10 years, you have like an 80% chance of making money. If you invest for the long term and don't sell your position on say the first drop, you have a 100% chance of making money. So that's what we're betting on here. The long term, we pick companies and stocks that we expect will last for the long term, and that's a winning strategy. And the other thing that I would like to pinpoint today, the last couple of years, we have seen that S&P is running and is based on like 5 to 10 stocks, the 5 to 10 biggest companies of the S&P, maybe like the first 15 to 20. Those drive the market. 7% of the stocks drive the whole market. So a winning strategy remains for the last couple of years to take positions in those. Your favorites, maybe. That's what I do. That's what I like to do, and that's what seems to work. So maybe that's for you. That for you is Apple. I'm not that big into Apple. Maybe that for you is, I don't know, Tesla maybe, or Amazon, whatever. I'm not into the very big ones, but if you prioritize bigger stocks, you will win more at this kind of market. After that type of market happens, usually what comes is a period where the Russell 2000 stocks benefit. Russell 2000 stocks are like the smaller stocks of the market. Look at that. The Russell 2000 is a small cap US stock market index that makes up the smallest 2000 stocks in the Russell 3000 index. So the Russell 2000, the Russell 3000 is a strategy that you get on the other side. when the big stocks are not winning, the small stocks are winning. And you can say that after a while, we will go into that period where the big stocks will take a breath, maybe consolidate for a couple of months, and the small stocks will start winning. But you can't know with certainty when that will happen. So until that happens, the best move is to just stick with the big ones. That's all. That's all. Unless you have a portfolio where you invest just to index funds, and then you can just buy S&P. You can buy QQQ. You can buy the Russell 2000 and diversify this way. Unless you do that strategy, which is a nice strategy as well to have with guaranteed returns, but maybe smaller returns. Unless you do that, then I would suggest, and this is not financial advice, this is what I do, to stick with what is winning for now, which is usually the bigger stocks. We don't know when the tides will change, so we stick with this. That's all for the S&P 500 right now. And the other good thing that we had this week is this small drop of the dollar. And that's a nice thing that we expected. Even after this big move from the dollar on the upside, we expected it to drop because it's in this basically bear cycle right now. So we expect this to continue for the dollar. And as the dollar drops even more, Bitcoin and gold will rise. And that's what we saw again today. Gold had a move on the upside and Bitcoin had a move on the upside. We'll talk about Bitcoin later. Let's finish with the stocks for now. So that's for the stock market. We want to ride along this ride and stick to our positions, maybe build the ones. I was buying heavily some stocks that I like SPGI, like Tesla. Not so much Shopify, even though I have a position in Shopify. Had a huge move today, big trading day for Shopify. I was buying MicroStrategy during this drop, and Bitcoin dropped during this drop as well. So I build my positions. I'm building my positions. I keep building my portfolio, and that's for the S&P 500 right now. Tesla had this big line right here. Look at that. 3 lines that it tested almost. You can say that it tested those lines, and now it's trying to continue and create an uptrend. It used to be in this downtrend until it broke out of it and used it as a support, with a support that has happened again. So this is a big level for Tesla right now. It used as support and continued to run. So let's see if this uptrend continues. Shopify touched the bottom of these lines basically. That was a great time to buy. I called that in the prior video. So we are good on this one. I bought a bit, but yeah, I built my position mostly here. So yeah, I just DCA'd down, lowered my entry price basically. And MicroStrategy, again, I said that if we don't recapture this line, then we will drop even more for the rest of the year. And it seems like we're back in the game for Bitcoin and MicroStrategy. We'll talk about Bitcoin later. But this is a very nice move for Bitcoin and MicroStrategy for now. Because we claim this big support line right here. So let's go ahead and look at gold for a bit. This looks like a failed cycle. This lower low is bad at first, but now gold is taking a breath on the upside. I think that's normal. It's normal for it to go anywhere between 1930 and 1950. That's perfectly normal. But the bad thing will be if it goes until 1950 and then drops even more. That's the most likely scenario right now with interest rates high, because people are not investing into gold that much. They prefer mostly to keep their money in the bank and earn a 5% safe interest rate. But yeah, the most likely outcome right now for gold is maybe for it to drop over the next couple of months. I'm keeping my position as a small part of my portfolio, so I don't mind, and it gives a little bit of stability to my portfolio. Or the long term, I expect Bitcoin to make new all-time highs sooner or later, but yeah, it takes very long time for gold to basically grow along with the market. And it usually requires something bad to happen for gold to rise. Anyway, that's for gold. Let's go ahead and check oil. It's been a while since the last time I did. Oil has set a nice base right here, which is good. If it drops back to this bottom, it will be a great opportunity to buy. I don't plan on buying oil. It would be a great opportunity, but I don't plan on buying because I think there are better opportunities on other places in the market, like Bitcoin, for example. But yeah, that would be a nice place. And it will consolidate a bit before it starts running maybe during the next winter, because it's seasonal as well. And let's go ahead and finish with Bitcoin. So that's the huge move that happened today for Bitcoin, with some news from the Greyscale trust, which won a lawsuit against the SEC. I think that's what happened. Yeah, Grayscale's victory ignites a GBTC trading frenzy as investors bet on narrowing discount to Bitcoin price. So this gave the market nice breath. I don't know if that will last. Still, there's not a Bitcoin ETF that's been approved. So this is kind of the news that drive the market for one day and then it loses the steam. So we will see in the next couple of days if this will last, but if it lasts, I don't think it will stay here. If it lasts, it should come back up, like a V-recovery, to finish that V-recovery. Or else, I don't think it can stay right here and support this place. It will drop lower. That's what I expect to happen if this green move doesn't continue on the upside. Because you need to reclaim this support line, turned into a resistance line, and then it drops even more. If Bitcoin drops below 24k, then we're spending the rest of 2023 below this, basically below this price, and all the way back, maybe test the prior lows. It is a hard scenario to happen because we have many things that are happening, like the Bitcoin ETF at the end of the year or something, the Bitcoin halving, many things are coming. But yeah, this is a scenario as well. I give it a 30% chance that we will spend 2023 here. I give it a 70% chance that we'll pass 30k in the next couple of months after summer. That's what I expect to happen for Bitcoin. And it's not the cool thing and it's the sexy thing to give ranges, but I believe it's the best thing right now because you also have a chance to manage your risk. I have been buying all the way through from 16k. I started buying at 60k. I didn't cut the very, very bottom, but I bought at 16.5k, 70, 20, 21k, 23, 24k. I bought throughout all these places. And many people that are in the investing course that I have, the multiply course, we have won. So it's a nice trading day, the next couple of trading days, to maybe lock in some of your profits if you're worrying. But I don't plan on gaining just a mere 40% on my investment. I want basically to double, triple, maybe quadruple from the enterprise that I have. So that means nothing for me. I'm just playing the long-term game, so I'll just keep holding, actively holding, maybe DCAing a bit. And the way I'm DCAing is when we're below the 200-week moving average. When we're below 27.4, it's a nice time to DCA. So that's why I bought even more. The last couple of days here. Smaller positions because I've already built my position, but yeah, I bought some here, nibbled some, and those are nice opportunities that the market gives every now and then. And when you are close or below this 200 moving average, historically, if you look at that chart, it's usually the best time to buy, for me at least. My first thought when we dropped below 27.4k, now we reclaimed it today, but my first thought when we dropped below 27.4 was that we will maybe test the realized price as well. That was my first thought. It hasn't happened yet. It's not an impossible scenario to go back to 21 and use this support. But for now, it seems like we are in the green and we are back up and running. Let's see if this move lasts, and we'll know in the next couple of days and weeks if this uptrend continues. But yeah, it can still take more time for this bull market to evolve. Yeah, you can say that we are building this huge base for 2023, and then it evolves more after the Bitcoin ETF in 2024, 2025, and we hit a peak at 2025. No one knows what will happen. Main scenarios are in play, but yeah, let's hope we're in the winning one. That's all for this video. That's all for this market review. I'm holding my position for Bitcoin, building my positions in stocks, holding gold, and I'll see you in the next one.